Well, anyway.
You know what this picture on the front of the wiki looks like? A fucking
What?
Earthbound villain.
It really does.
It does, yeah.
Is that
Also,
an Earthbound story?
I'm not going to get into the line we just ended up starting this with.
As a college student, my dignity is negotiable. That's a well-known fact.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
If you
how
look
do you
at my
think I've been
search
taking care of my
history-
student loans? Hint, it starts with a P and ends with prostitution. Um,
Okay,
You look like
so
that anyway.
I look like a prostitute?
Yeah. I was trying to go in a different direction, but I'm very tired, so I don't know what I was going for with that.
I mean, Ichi-tan would agree with you.
So let's look
Anyway.
at this intro. Something about being intentionally bad, be my guess. Otherwise, steer clear and go jack off to
Yeah.
JTK Yaoi.
Jack the Killer.
Yaoi?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Jack the Killer.
Let's see.
Okay.
JTK Yaoi.
Please don't.
Zane.
Oh, JTK Yaoi video. Link in description.
What?
Zane.
No.
Zane.
X JTK.
Zane.
Yes?
Don't
Yeah.
hurt yourself.
Hey man,
You're hurting me just thinking about it.
I woke up on pudding brain, so we're gonna get to potato mash brain hours, alright? We're going to the next level.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna be on thick water brain hours in a bit.
You know how
August.
I will never financially recover from this. Haha, funny. I'll never mentally recover from this, alright?
This fog is as thick as peanut butter. You mean pea soup. You eat what you want and I'll eat what I want.
So please explain to me why there's a fucking apple with lips and tiny ass hands on my screen.
He's a children's show protagonist, I think.
This is like one of those fucking you know how we've done the last episode creepypastas before?
Yeah?
This is more like the last show ones. Basically, the idea behind this is that this was supposed to be a show on Noggin, the Nickelodeon, little kids programming that they used to have. I don't think they have that anymore. I don't know.
This is amazing already.
Right. But yeah, so one of those little educational children's show that's, it's secretly demented and haunted. Among other things, it predicted Katy Perry's Hot and Cold and 9/11.
Yeah, you want to talk about scarringly horrible children's shows? Can we talk about the villain of the first Spy Kids movie?
Are we talking about at the end where he became an amalgamation of hands?
I'll be right back.
I mean, that was part of it, but the whole thing was those characters were a little creepy and he turned out to be a secret mastermind. Spy Kids was fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it was. It's part of the Machete universe. What do you expect?
Yeah, I didn't think about it when I saw it when I was younger, but now just looking back at it...
Well, I don't think you were watching Machete when you were younger.
No, I was watching Spy Kids, and it was like... I was like, oh, this is a fun kids movie, secret spy stuff. Okay, then thinking back on it, it's really fucking weird.
What did you expect from the director of Sin City?
I need to watch that too. That's on my Netflix watch list.
Really?
I mean, Spy Kids 2 did give us the line, do you think God hides in the heavens because he too is afraid of what he created? So that was fun, but...
I do. But yeah, needless to say, being weird should have been expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well.
I forgot. Richard Rodriguez? Is that his name? It's 2 R's, and I think his last name's Rodriguez. But he's a Texas-based director.
The director of Spy Kids? Give me 1 second.
And Machete. And Sin City.
Okay. Robert. It looks like there was a couple who did Machete. They did. It was Ethan Manikis and Robert Rodriguez. I hope I didn't butcher that name. But Robert Rodriguez, I think, is the one who you're talking about.
Robert. Yeah, it's 2 R's, last name Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez. Yep, San Antonio, Texas is where he was born, and yep, and many of his films in Mexico and in his home state of Texas.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who's known for being able to do a good amount of shit on a budget.
Oh, he did Alita Battle Angel. Okay.
That was the whole thing. I think I mentioned it before that movie came out that he was actually a pretty good fit for that movie, considering the fact that he's behind like one of the best comic book adaptations of all time.
I've heard good things about Alita Battle Angels anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, if you want someone who can do a good adaptation of a comic book, have someone who's done a good adaptation of a comic book.
Yeah, there we go. That's just common sense, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Stuff. The Chewy Martinez Show. Spy Kids Mission Critical. Producer of the Ugly Dolls movie. Okay then. Dusk Till Dawn, the series.
I forgot the Ugly Dolls movie was a thing.
I think we all did.
Y'all didn't hear that child scream save me, right?
No.
Don't.
Alright, never mind
then. I didn't, but now I'm concerned.
No, it's fine. So my brother needed me real quick for, alcohol reasons.
Alright.
He wanted me to try, I think it was rum chata or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And then I poured myself a glass of Fruit Loop vodka.
Are you trying to make your headache worse or better?
Hair of the dog.
I'm trying to make this as funny as possible.
Okay.
But yeah, Tom, you've never heard Hair of the Dog that bit you? Sometimes
No.
The best hangover cure is more alcohol.
I mean, I guess.
It's fine.
Anyway, basically,
I
it's
wasn't lying when this was Fruit Loop vodka, so I'm gonna, take this slowly.
Sounds like
I was gonna say, at least it's not like Everclear. We've dealt with that before.
Yeah, this is only like 35%. You're not dealing with this is my final form drunk.
That was a fucking nightmare.
That was the best. I had a blast that day.
I was rather entertained, but
anyway, but yeah, so we're doing Happy. We're starting on July 14th, 2011.
February
July.
February again.
Control F.
But it's July. Actually,
I'm on my phone because
you
my
can't
computer's
Control F.
Yeah, my computer's in the room where their children are screaming, "Save me!" So.
Oh, the basement. Got it.
June. Nope, this is happening out in the middle of the. Anyways, June 28th, right?
What
July
sort of board game
14th.
are they playing?
Monopoly.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm not allowed to play Monopoly anymore after the incident.
I think
so many bodies.
Their parents are messing with them and they're playing, Monster, Come Save Me. So just, I just walked outside and while I'm taking a sip of vodka, it's just I hear "Save me" in like the loudest high-pitched screeching voice you could think of.
Yikes.
Lovely.
This is not good for my headache.
Just you're like out there, save me. Okay.
No.
It's been a while since I've had to like visibly cringe from sound, and it's happened when I got back here. Anyways, yeah, July 23rd, found it.
July 14th.
14th.
I skipped it. July 14th. Here we go. 2011.
Also no longer allowed to play Uno. At least not while there's knives in the building.
Hey man, do you play with the 0 rule, the 7 rule?
Yes, also stacking draws.
I see. You too play for keeps.
And jump-ins.
Yeah, if you're using 0s and 7s, I understand why you don't need to be around the knives.
Oh no, it's not me that's not allowed to be around knives. It's everyone else. someone will stab me.
I do that without a board game to initiate it. What?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, last time was hard. I had to search all over the place for the right necromantic spells. Thanks, Zane.
You just reminded me of something really funny that happened earlier today. Because all my friends are just messing around, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them jokingly said, like, ats me and says, "We love you, Zane." Immediately, because he said we, two of my friends stepped up and said, "I don't love him." Like, yeah, don't put your love in my mouth. I do not love this man.
Don't put your love in my mouth.
Take that out of context how you will, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's why I said it. But yeah.
So what the fuck have I missed?
I haven't missed much. Basically,
The killer got revealed.
The killer got revealed. Apparently, there's some like tall, monstrous type person. Happy Appy is like apparently he doesn't stare at the screen with hyper realistic features. Unfortunately,
no, it's a death smile.
Yeah, there we
go. Death
go.
stare, whatever the fuck it was. Which was
so you're saying
stupid.
There's a man behind this slaughter.
No, there's an apple behind the slaughter. Have you not been paying attention to what we've been saying?
I don't know the song, so I can't, do the meme.
Wasn't that like a Living Tombstone song?
Yes, about Purple Guy.
That's for sure.
Figured.
And I'll kill your cat and nail it to your door.
I mean, as fun as I am having, we should probably start reading.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm back, so now we're going to have to go super slow.
Super slow ballsy. July 14th, 2011. Jim Forrester has called me again with another development. Dronian, the man who voiced Happy Appy and the star of Fright House Screamers, was killed today. His body had 3 long and deep cut marks on his chest, with one of them slashing open his heart.
How do apples have spikes on them?
Well, they are part of the rose family.
Those stems, man, you gotta watch out for them.
But that's part of the tree, not the apple. This should be blunt force trauma, not cuts. What I need is like a Mortal Kombat style fatality where there's just a huge hole going straight through his chest and heart.
And there's an apple there.
I'm going to beat this man to death with this apple. Oh shit, the apple broke. Even though the police marked it as a murder by a bladed weapon, I think Forensic killed Treston. Yes, that would be with a bladed weapon.
I see, the plot thickens. No wonder there's no blunt force trauma.
I see here the knife is made out of knife.
Yes, the floor here is made out of floor.
Yes, that was the joke I was referencing.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like a weird coincidence that my CD of the Happy Appy episodes was clawed in the same way that Dronian was. Jim, however, said in response that they would be very sharp claws since the markings managed to put a deep cut on one of his ribs. It sliced open his heart. Of course it was a deep cut on his ribs.
It had to go through his ribs, if anything.
Sharp claws or sharp fingers?
Fingies. Looks like someone forgot to puts on sunglasses, turn in their library book.
I mean, the librarian would be a much more compelling villain. You need to return your DVDs.
That's right. Did you forget the library also has DVDs?
The amount of time you could have those in your house is even shorter than the books. Why do I keep turning into Mark Hamill's Joker?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds different enough that it's not, but at the same time, it's kind of the same inflection, so weird thing.
Yeah, it's like I'm not doing the librarian inflections for some fucking reason. Anyway, it's your line.
I might need to research Fright House Screamers after I'm done with Happy Appy. It sounds quite interesting. It's just going to turn into one of those off-the-wall things. It's like, oh, killings are happening, and the killer is doing things that don't directly correlate with anything that I've been looking into because I'm a bad writer.
Yes. I mean, at very least, you need to have it to where it takes place. Like, the whole thing is, like, if the killings happen, they need to be something like... If you're looking into something else unrelated... You need to have it to where basically you start off with the unrelated thing and your character, like, stumbles into that shit. And it's like, oh, this has turned into a much different plot.
Yeah. Hey, kids, who wants to see a dead body?
You know, the accidentally walked into a horror movie trope.
Mm-hmm.
You know why your voice sounds like Mark Hamill whenever you try to do the librarian's voice? Because you're actually doing her estranged lover's voice, the administrator.
And the plot thickens.
Anyways, do I just say the month and year thing, or do I say the line after it?
Line after it, too.
Okay, right. That's what... Today, Jim Forrester gave me the DVD with 3 new episodes. Hey! According to Jim, the first one is the episode with the green fluids needle, the second being the full version of Happy Goes to Sewell. And the last one might be the second part of the Happy Appy TV movie. There's a movie? Ugh. I would be able to describe the episodes if it wasn't for the extensive cleaning the disc needs. Just take it to GameStop, bro.
They mentioned the movie earlier. No, don't take it to GameStop. They don't have any cleaning supplies.
Did they mention the movie earlier?
They mentioned a movie. It was the whole thing of, like, the DVD that it was on was fucked up, so he was only able to see, like, part of it. Most of it was glitched out, and most of what he could see was Happy Appy giving the death stare.
Okay, I gotcha.
Happy Appy doing the Fortnite dance.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Tom.
Sorry.
Just throw up.
No. B.
July 17th, 2011. After all this time, I cleaned the disc enough to be watchable. The only problem is that it sometimes freezes when a video gets played. Here are the contents.
Contents,
You know there are sprays, right?
I was gonna make a joke about it, but then it just left my mind, and it's like, don't try.
My local not GameStop has an actual disc cleaning device, like a really fancy, like industrial grade clean, wipe, and repair.
That's amazing.
Fucking hell. Have they been making sure that any employees working there, like, have actually had access to, like, fucking hand sanitizer and shit?
It's an entire hands-off thing, but...
Okay.
Right, the virus thing. So you literally, they're doing curbside pickup right now. Like, you stand outside the door, they'll hand the game to you and, like, close the door. Like, that's how they're doing business. At least
someone. Because I don't know if you remember that, but the whole thing is, like, when this was starting out, and GameStop was literally telling their employees to argue with cops.
Oh, right.
And weren't giving them adequate supplies and telling them to buy it themselves, despite the fact that people had been hoarding it, so it was hard to find that shit in stores.
Mm-hmm.
And also all that stuff is like GameStops and all that shit. Like, most of them are hands-on. And also we're not essential.
Yeah, these are small businesses with only about, like, 3 local stores in my area.
Yeah.
So
those are the best places to go, honestly.
Okay, at least they're actually doing shit right. Fucking hell.
The first episode started out with the scene with the green fluids needle. After Happy kills the kid, he drives to a crashed plane where the scene with the money bags happened. It cuts to the playground where Happy was playing with some kids. It went along like normal until his skin peeled off, revealing a rotten apple core. It was like an orange peeler was being used on him. The skin landed on a boy's head, covering his face like a blanket. The weird part about this scene was that the kids had no reaction to Happy's skin being peeled. Almost like it never even happened. After a minute of seeing the boy with happy skin on his head, the episode ends. Cool.
Hold on, I gotta go find I need to find some stronger stuff if we're reading this.
That feels like a gag that would be in fucking Chowder.
Yeah.
Like, with a living fruit, and all of a sudden they, like, just peel it. Only it would probably be screaming.
Yeah, just screaming, and the peel just lands on someone, and it's just like, it's
And then Chowder eats the peel.
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
I wonder how many people have discovered a WAWR fetish because of Chowder. Anyways, the second episode was, as Jim said, the full version of Happy Goes to School. It begins with the math scene and song happens, but it is vastly improved quality. After that, Happy goes into science class, where a kid is messing around with a Bunsen burner. Eventually, the kid gets his finger burnt by accident. Happy informs never play with a Bunsen burner without adult supervision. If you don't, you might get hurt, like Eddie here. And after this, he just shoots him. After this short monologue, Happy puts an ice pack on Eddie's burn, and he thanks Happy.
I think it's funnier if he just shoots the kid, like, welp, can't save him now, gotta put him down.
We gotta put him down. Gotta take him to the glue factory.
If your children aren't being disciplined properly, kill them and start over.
But
You'll get it right eventually.
Because I mentioned it like the last time, but I think it was something that me and you did, Zane. One of the last episodes we did was the America's Funniest Home Videos one.
You're right. That one was so shitty. How could I forget about it?
But it was actually funny. Like, the stuff they were describing that was supposed to be horrible was like, you see that in a video, and like, the way it was set up was almost hilarious.
Exactly, because it's America's Home Funniest Videos.
Yeah, it felt like a punchline. Like, every time this describes horrible things happening, that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all I can think about is, like, that one, like, mention in the America's Funniest Home Videos one, where, like, they suddenly mention, like, a child accidentally getting nailed to a banister by a nail gun.
Oh, right.
It was just like Happy Christmas scene, and then someone's hand slips, and the child gets like stapled to the wall. It's like, fucking hell.
Oh, would you look at that? I've been impaled.
Like, unintentional comedy. Like, it's talking about like different like violent shit happening, and that's how it feels in this. Finally, I saw the second part of the Happy Appy movie. It starts out with Happy Appy driving his van on the road leading to the playground.
Hold up.
Lives in a van by the river.
Hold up.
I
think you skipped a line.
Did I? Oh, whoops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did. A few seconds after Happy puts the ice pack over the kid's burn, he hears an argument coming from the hallway. It cuts to a bully mocking a young kid, telling him that his art project is the dumbest thing ever. Because of this, the younger kid starts crying. After some more mocking, the bully runs off laughing. Right as he leaves, Happy comes over and tells the kid to never give up what he likes. The kid immediately cheers up and runs into a classroom, presumably tell a bully about the tell a teacher about the bully.
What's this, an art project? You know you're not going to get a job with the Bachelors of the Arts. Get out of here!
These fucking preschoolers, holy shit.
Finally, I saw the second part of the Happy Appy movie. It started out with Happy Appy driving his van on the road leading to the playground. It shows a kid playing with rocks on the side of the road. By accident, he throws a large rock on the road, which lands directly in the path of Happy's van. Happy thinks it's an animal and tries to swerve out of the way, but the van goes off the road and crashes into a grassy ditch. For this scene, footage of a real car crash was used for whatever reason. After this scene, the van starts to catch on fire, and some kids, including the one who threw the giant rock, run over to the burning wreckage.
The music
yes.
for this...
The Happy Appy movie, The Death of Happy.
The music for this scene isn't happy-go-lucky music that plays throughout the show, but sound clips of the reversed Revolution 9 with Happy screaming, "Get me out."
What?
Happy just going, "Wake me up! Wake me up!" It's...
Revolution 9 by the Beatles played in reverse? What the fuck?
Revolution 9 was one of the ones that people looked for, like, oh, they're saying demonic messages. Biggie.
Well, if memory serves, like, the Beatles would intentionally do the John is dead message backwards and stuff, but that wasn't meant to mean anything. It was just meant to fuck with people.
Mm-hmm. It's a marketing strategy.
Yeah, you listen to it backwards and you suddenly hear John is dead. It's like, what the fuck?
I want to do that in music, but I want it to be something dumb, like...
Hail Satan.
Not like just like trivial stuff like buy more milk. Have you kissed your dog
You should
today?
exercise more. You drink enough water?
You should exercise more.
Do something nice for someone. After...
I'm trying to add something and I can't think of anything, so I'm just gonna stop and let you read your line. Wish I was cool.
After a kid says, "There, his hat," it cuts to Happy's bloody stem, which had a mouth with bloody teeth. I take it back. This isn't a chowder gag. Now it's a flapjack gag.
I was about to say. Yes, you have the
Get me out! Just close up on his stem sprouting about. Get me out!
I'm 34 years old!
What are you still doing alive? You got a lot of nerve to come in here. You got a lot of nerve being alive! Oh, God. Well, the Stims proceeded to scream, which was just one of the screams that Mike Shank did in American Movie.
I can't be the only one who doesn't know what that is, right?
Ah, fuck it, I'll look it up.
No, I'll look it up. You keep reading. It's your line.
Okay. Another kid says, his body. Happy's body was badly burnt and scratched up, with blood coming out of the larger, deeper cuts. His left eyeball was dangling out of the socket, while all of his upper teeth were either chipped or broken. Where Happy's left arm and stump were, there was pure white bone with blood slowly leaking from the exposed wounds.
Well, okay then.
I'm sorry, I'm imagining this with a fucking apple.
Apples don't bleed. That's stupid.
Do plants bleed? I asked Google.
Dragon's blood. Dragon's blood tree, and then there's also bloodroot, which has a sap, which has a blood color and consistency to it, and is also necrotizing to flesh.
Thank you, Siri, but I was about to make a joke about it showing me, a plant type Pokemon or grass type bleeding, but just give me the actual answer.
All right.
You're just filled with, random factoids. What are you, the Carfax Fox? God. You're like shooting Carfax, but, for random bullshit.
Appy tried to crawl out of the burning wreck with his right arm, but it was only a minute until he collapsed and died while screaming to weird sci-fi noises. Okay, now it's just Family Guy. The next scene just showed the road, lacking any children whatsoever, with the remains of Happy in the van in plain sight. It cuts to a funeral where kids were crying over Happy's dead body. Oh god, it is the death of Happy. While one kid said, "Why, Happy, why?" Another tried to wake up Happy by shaking his corpse. After the funeral scene, it showed Happy's body with blood on his broken teeth. The shot fades to a scene
was this an open casket funeral?
The shot fades to a scene taking place 10 years later, where a kid was talking to her mother.
So, my younger sister, when she was born with a twin who was a stillborn. They had an open casket, funeral for that child. I poked her directly in the forehead and left a dent in her head before she was buried.
Oh. That's an interesting story. Jeez.
And this is why you don't have open caskets with children around. Anyways, wow, that was more darker than this entire story, and I didn't even try. Guys?
Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if memory serves, this was when you were a little kid, right?
I was 1 year old.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. Just, kind of being held up by my mom as she's, grieving her child. I'm just like, whoops. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a very awkward conversation with her. It'll be fine.
I'd imagine so, yes. Fucking why are we? I think so, yes.
The mother is your line, Zane.
The mother replied to the gal, but her speech was in reverse. After reversing it, the speech turned out to be, "Don't worry, my daughter. Happy is coming to take you away."
What?
The father comes in and talks about how bad Happy was, but in a sarcastic tone. After the mother asks why he randomly brought Happy up, the father brings out a knife and stabs the mother in the head. The girl screams, runs to her mother's side, and starts crying. The father's skin peels off, like the scene with Happy and the orange peeler. Revealing Happy with his injuries from the car crash, Happy proceeds to kill the girl. Let's see. Orange peeler. Is that different from a potato peeler?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've used an orange peeler before. Because the whole thing is you can't really use like a potato peeler to peel an orange. It'll take you a while.
Mm-hmm. It's just like an overly glorified but really simple knife. This looks like a box cutter, but specifically instead of boxes, it cuts oranges.
I'm wondering if that's like the same as the kind that I'm used to, because no, not orange peeler lyrics.
Message text? No, I'm not here for message text. Show me the picture. Give me the loot. Tom, stop stealing my loot.
What?
Yeah, Tom, stop stealing his loot.
I don't steal loot. I'm not playing Sea of Thieves.
Now I'm just thinking back to the whole fucking kill stealing thing in the pirate campaign.
That was funny. That was really fucking funny.
I'm really mad he used this as inspiration that I gave him immediately afterwards. Like,
I mean,
cool.
Would you have rather him use the inspiration like then, or like just forgetting about it and never using it?
Touche, and it's not like I'm one to talk. I used my only inspiration on Ruru to steal better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that just fits the character.
Yeah. I still have that weird ass necklace too. I don't know if there's like something to it. It's just, Ruru's is just like, this is mine now.
There wasn't originally something to it, but I might make it to where there is something to it later just because.
Oh. Swiggity swoot, I'm coming for that loot.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Fucking hell. I literally clicked copy image. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lots of things.
There we go. But yeah, that is... I've never seen an orange peeler like that before.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put in a picture of the kind I'm used to, but for some reason my computer is just
walk into the kitchen and find it?
My computer's just being the slowest sack of shit right now.
I mean, I use my hands, but...
Well, you see, Tom, some of us trim our nails.
I trim my nails all the time, and what I do, punch a hole in it with my thumb and then just peel it away. It's real simple.
That, like, ruptures the slices.
Who cares? It's just
You're gonna eat them. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a lot more convenient when you don't have juice all over the fucking place.
Hey, man, I'm sorry that when you use your big, stupid thumb to cut an orange, you get juice everywhere.
I mean, I'm able to grab the peeling without rupturing the slices. It's actually, I don't want to call it a talent because it's useless, but I can do it.
Oh, look at the big, strong troll. Too strong to functionally cut an orange. Boo-hoo.
Anyway, point is that these are the kind of peelers I'm used to.
Look like a toothbrush.
Well, you've got the sharp... Well, like, the whole thing is you've got that hook on the one side, which you can use to basically, like, unzip the orange.
Both dad bots are online.
Both of them, yes. One of them was streaming earlier. I believe we're on my line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Proceeds to kill a girl. The last shot before the credits was Appy smiling over the bodies of the mother and kid, as well as the skin of the father. Instead of the theme song playing over the credits, dark carnival music played with clips of Revolution 9 and Napoleon Napoleon XIV's "They're Coming to Take Me Away, Ha Ha." The narrator said his stomach was in two today. There are two, and there is none now. He's there. He's there. He's getting next to his sister with all he knows. And finally, he ceased to work in the underworld. Guess what the narrator was talking over? He was talking over Happy Appy with a bloodied scalpel in one hand and an X-Acto knife in the other.
You'll excuse me, I'm going to go drop some acid to make this more bearable.
Oh, I did that before we started.
X-Acto knife.
I'm kidding, I don't have acid on
Box
hand.
cutter.
Why is it called X-Acto knife?
It's the brand. I'm pretty sure.
Can I go home?
You are home.
No.
Home with us.
Not like that. No. Home is not where the
Stay
heart
a while.
is. Home is away from this bullshit.
Sorry, Zane, we're
Stay
kind
a
of
while.
stuck in this one together. I mean, you can leave, but I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
Don't worry, I'll head right over to your house just so you don't have to deal with this either. Just give me 8 hours.
You two hanging out. Apparently another term for him is Stanley knife.
Hey, Stanley.
Well, yeah, because it's Stanley Steel.
Interesting.
Stanley Steel, like stainless steel.
Stanley Steele, American hero.
He's the American hero.
Or wait, oh god, is it one of these X-Acto knives? The ones with the little, like, swap-outable blades? God damn it. Which, that is a brand. That is a brand, X-Acto.
Exacto, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's the ones where they have, like, they're more for, like, leather working.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the names of them, though.
Because I've used them to, like, carve wax for fake teeth and shit.
Mm-hmm. I want to say it's like... I don't know.
I'm putting a picture in.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of it.
They're the ones on the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I've used
Oh,
them
I know
before.
what X-Acto knives are.
Yeah, I've cut my nails accidentally with them while using them.
I've cut through my nails and made myself bleed. That wasn't fun.
It's usually not fun when you make yourself bleed.
No.
It's your line.
Is it? Sorry.
Yes.
July
It's
23rd.
slowly. No.
It's...
Right before.
Okay, it slowly panned down to the disguise Happy was under, like the magic trick episode, and stopped at the hand of the skin, which had cut marks on it. The episode ended.
So did he just, like, remove the head? Or did he just, like, do the whole skin thing, and it was just him, like, flopping around under, like, in the head space, with the rest of it just loosely dangling down?
I'm gonna guess
What
it's the
he should have done
second
is
one.
gone for the head.
The second one sounds fucking hilarious, because I'm just imagining, like, what do you mean, Dad? And just, like, looking at her father, it's just this loose bag of skin just flopping, like, in the wind.
Shinier than yours, meatbag.
Zane's like,
July 23rd, 2011.
I'll fucking do it again.
It's been almost a since I watched part 2 of the Happy TV movie. It turns out that someone claimed to have the first part, so I asked him to email it to me. It turns out he was right. Here's what happens in the first half, man.
So the first half is apparently a cam girl site.
Link I need.
Oh wait, no, this wasn't the right link. It starts with the carnival theme from the credits of part 1, but with distorted voices.
Who keeps distorting all my voices?
The intro often flashed out to white. After when the original outro would play, it went straight to Happy on a medical bed, dying from an unknown disease with children at his side.
Oh no.
Oh no.
If
Appy said in a loud...
proceeds.
Appy said in a loud voice, "They're coming to take me away." Oh yeah, that's right. We gave him the smoker voice last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
They're coming to take me away. And it cuts to one of the younger children. He was trying to fake crying over Happy's death, but the single tear that came out from the child was a claymation.
What? What
Was
is
it what?
this? It's like, okay, so I'm just imagining a kid, but then like they just claymation a tear going down his face. What?
Just a boy won't cry for us. Let's turn this into an art montage of Happy.
What? What is this? You, the master of unlocking.
Oh, as the name implies, I'm the master of unlocking. Have you lost?
Almost turned you into a Jill sandwich.
Jill sandwich.
Ah, Barry.
It played a solemn piano tune after another kid with a high-pitched voice said, "They're coming to take me away." It showed Appy coughing up blood, and a few seconds later, his bed wheeled itself into a surgery room. What followed was an hour of stop-motion surgery. It was so horrifying, yet so compelling. How did the episode creator create a decent surgery scene with puppets? After that, Happy comes out in a wheelchair, and the children said, "Are you okay, Happy? Happy said, "Yes, my friends," and he gave them a large hug. After that, it faded to a title that said 3 months later and started to fade in on the second part of the TV movie. But the video ended as soon as the fade stopped. What the fuck am I reading?
You know the thing I've noticed with like haunted show creepypastas or like lost episode creepypastas and shit like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like, imagine if instead of like watching Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, you just read a transcript of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like, I don't know, because the original Candle Cove, that one kind of worked because like the whole thing with it is that it was a bunch of people in a chat room reminiscing about like this weird fucked up kid like show they remembered from their childhood.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like they were like just verbatim describing what was going on. It was just like, "Wait, you remember this fucking thing? Like, what the fuck was that?" And shit like that. And like that worked.
These, however,
like just a verbatim description of what's happening in the show doesn't. Anyway, it's your line.
It played a solemn piano tune.
Nope,
No,
Tom read that one.
I just read that. Sorry, dude.
July 24th, 2011. I got another episode Is this the entire thing? Is this just are we in a constant state of I found another lost episode, found another lost episode, found another lost episode?
I'm really wondering who the fuck is giving him these like what?
It's actually Happy. I got another episode today. One of my blog followers who has a job in a daycare center in Seattle mailed me a VHS tape. The tape had a white label.
That is weirdly specific.
Written in the tape had a white label that said, "Written with a blue Sharpie." Happy Appy is the hospital doctor. He found the tape because a kid brought it with him for whatever reason, started crying when he saw the contents. The tape began with a few minutes of static and then played the famous intro, but with had new lyrics that didn't match the tune too well.
How the fuck did the kid get the VHS tape?
He stole it. He's a burglar.
He's a thief. Now the Punisher's gonna kill him.
No. He's actually a halfling. He's actually a halfling burglar who masquerades as a kid. I don't fucking know.
Why is this halfling staying at a daycare?
Do you want to go to work?
No, but I don't want to be a daycare. That'd be creepy. I don't care how short you are. This can't be a grown-ass man staying in daycare.
Hey man, As long as you don't do anything with the kids and you stay away, which is probably why he found this DVD, because he's being away from everyone, it's fine. Or maybe he just has a really creepy fetish and we should have a problem with him, actually.
Appy helps those kids. Appy.
Okay.
All I can think of Happy is that stupid cat from Fairy Tale.
Aye. It went to a point of view shot of Happy running through a hospital for 2.5 minutes with a choir singing Amazing Grace. Since I knew what Amazing Grace was about because of choir experience, I was prepared for anything related to death. It cuts to Happy on his metal stick, doing his death smile for a long time. Oh my god, the death smile back. Like the two other
everyone knows what Amazing Grace is about.
Like the 2 other times he watched over any living thing near the TV with his uncanny, soulless baby blue eyes. The death smile made his glare worse, giving an immense feeling of threat to anyone watching.
Yeah, baby blue is a real scary color.
His soulless baby blue eyes.
Blue is not a
soulless, but he has soulless eyes, but goddamn if they're not beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think blue is only a threatening eye color if your villain's a Nazi.
Really depends on how you use it.
You okay, Zane?
You're gonna kill me with that, alright?
Llytic, you're gonna kill Zane. How does it feel to kill Best Girl, you fucking psychopath?
Oh my god.
I've accidentally done it before.
Yeah, it usually happens a lot when it's just me and him, and I'm taking like the full brunt of all of his just his comments, and it's just like, oh god, he always finds that one that just breaks me, and this time it's that one.
What can I say? Apparently, I have a talent for saying stupid bullshit.
It's probably why at least 3 people like you and watch this. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I think I'm finally getting hit by the alcohol. I'm starting to feel a bit worse.
So you're alive.
It went?
After.
Alright, it's the line after that, so.
Yes.
Get it? Because it starts with that. After the Amazing Grace choir ended, ambient noise started playing. It kept growing louder. And it very slowly zoomed in on Happy. Finally, after 10 minutes of watching a clay apple staring you down with a loud ambience, he says, "Hey kids, let's go find some children to help."
I'm sorry, this went on for 10 minutes.
It's been fun, guys. I think I'm gonna duck out for the night. Y'all are getting stupid.
It's time. It's time for potato brain hours.
Just imagine 10 minutes of that. Imagine 10 minutes of just increasing volume on ambient noise and zooming in on an apple's face.
That would just...
It is the stupidest thing.
He runs up to some body bag holding bodies, while a nurse is zipping one up. Appy walks up to the nurse and says, "Hello, Miss Nurse, can I help those people?" The nurse says, "Happy? They're dead. They won't come back."
Hey, Zane, that's your character if you ever play a cleric.
You know what?
Don't give him ideas for the Planeswalker campaign.
Oh no. If I played my typical sassy little, tsundere bitches, then yes, that's exactly what they would say.
They're dead. They won't come back.
I'm just imagining I'm just imagining the fucking cleric character that you have for the Planeswalker one. Like, help them. They're dead. They won't come back.
It's just a fish who's still currently choking on the ground.
They're still very much alive.
Something funny. What if, your cleric, what if on your plane they don't have magic that brings people back to life, so you don't know you can use revivification and stuff? Just, they're dead. They're not coming back. I can't do anything.
I don't know what's funnier, that or the idea of him specifically being that way because it happens to be a fish person.
Hey, there is one way to revive people, but it involves throwing them at the sun.
What?
Wait, so why did you take a level in Ranger? Oh, just favorite enemy against merfolk?
Aw, I should do that just for the shits and giggles.
Just one level in Ranger.
Just so you can get favorite enemy, merfolk.
Right before the credits, Appy turns to the camera with another death smile and says something that could be more disturbing than a natural scene and the staring scenes and made me cringe.
This story is making me cringe.
Remember, kids, you will all die one day, and I won't be there to help you.
'Cause I'm a cartoon, idiot.
I'm going to be dunking your head under the bathwater to make sure you die.
Instead of bobbing for apples, I call it bobbing for heads.
We're gonna be bobbing for death.
July 28th, 2011. A week ago, Jim told me that a fire had recently ravaged through the studio that had filmed Happy Appy.
Why is everything catching fire?
I don't know. It's good.
You mentioned getting a fireproof house earlier, remember?
Yeah. It wasn't until the 25th that don't you know, Llytic, apples are a fruit very closely associated with the element of fire. Like, you'll often find apple cores in houses of fire that were set on fire by the I'm tired.
Is this like those times whenever a house burns down and kills the people inside, but the Bible's untouched?
Yes, I guess. I don't know.
Clearly they bought the combat Bible, built to withstand all storms of extreme instances.
My sister's house burned down, killing her family, but her Bible on her bedside table was untouched. Truly a miracle.
It wasn't until the 25th that I visited the ruins of the studio if I could find anything that could help me investigate Happy Appy. After traveling on the I-5 for 20 or so hours, I reached the studio. It was completely abandoned, but what was very strange was that no one was there to demolish it. After grabbing a flashlight and turning it on, I proceeded to sneak inside. Bad idea, dude. Or
Yeah,
good idea, I don't know.
The wrecking crew is just a bit late. They're like, coming now.
Just like as soon as he gets inside, just like, all right, pull the crane this way. All right, we got the ball loaded up. All right. Everyone's clear, right? Yeah, we evacuated the building a little bit ago. All right. Swing!
Swing, swing from the tangles of my heart is crushed by a former love.
Okay, Zane?
No. I think I'm actually drunk.
Zane?
Hey, I'm coasting this one. I'm real relaxed. This is not me wasted yet, alright?
Okay. Yet being the key word.
I have yet to finish my first drink, but if I do, I'm making another one, so...
You haven't eaten yet, have you?
That's a no.
Hold on.
Oh
Hey,
boy, empty stomach.
When did we eat again? Like, how long ago? At 8? 6? Oh. Okay.
That was 4 hours ago.
Probably.
Get a tortilla or some bread or something, dude.
I was wondering why I got drunk.
Don't drink on an empty stomach, kids. Also, don't drink, kids.
I was wondering why I got drunk so fast. I haven't done anything.
Oh, you know.
Anyways, when I got into what remained of the lobby, I saw 2 rooms that weren't overly burnt or crushed by debris. A sound set and a storage room. I swear if that apple's in that storage room. The storage room had a lock on it. So I went to the sound set first. Why would the storage have a lock but not the sound set?
Like, is it just that the door was locked, or that there was just like a fucking padlock like on it? What?
Curses! If this is like any video game horror game, I need to find the key.
Or bolt cutters.
Or
I
a
just
gun.
I want to make a horror
Shoot
game
the
where
lock.
like you just like break all the locks if you want. Like you don't have to find the keys or anything. You just smash the locks if you have the right
But
equipment.
if you do that, you lure the monster to you because of the noise.
That could be an interesting way to
That
do
would
it.
be a
I don't know.
really cool mechanic.
The other thing is have like keys hidden around the map, like in the different areas to get in there, but in the first area, like tucked away in this one corner that's easy to miss, is just bolt cutters.
Yeah.
So there's entirely possible chance that you never find them, and then you also don't have a key for the last room.
That's evil.
I think we've already established that I am very much an emotional sadist.
It was massive, around the size of half a football field. Despite this sound set being large, the only things there were some. I don't like how the story is worded. It's intentionally
worded
only
terribly.
things there were. The only things there were some remains.
Remains on of the green screen stages and a burnt studio camera.
The only things there were some remains.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, parts of the remaining cloth on the stages had what looked like bloodstains on it. While I was walking through the sound set, I heard male laughter and the movement of a lanky figure near the back. How can you tell they're lanky from the sound?
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you right now that, like, my movement just through, like, a burning building likely isn't going to sound, like, too distinct from someone twice my size in regards to, like, you being able to tell physique from the sound.
Maybe he's tiptoeing, and it sounds like he's lanky.
Maybe he has theme music that accompanies him, and it's just a lanky sound to it.
I'm gonna look up the actual definition of lanky real quick and see if there's like a second one besides skinny bitch.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Skinny Bitch.
Nope, it's really just ungracefully thin and tall. That's the only definition.
Yep, that sounds like me. I got the hell out of the sound set and blocked the door with a burnt desk. Congratulations, you have trapped a man inside the room. He could be completely unrelated.
It's like an officer is just like, sir, please leave this building.
No, it's just a homeless man.
I found cool stuff in here. Not food, though.
I found a new place to sleep.
I know it's just on fire earlier, but do you think it'd be disrespectful to start a fire here? So I
Well, they're working on construction with my bridge, so I thought I'd crash here. Oh, look, human contact. I haven't had human contact in months, and I'm locked in. Well, I'm going to starve here.
Well, I'm locked in this room half the size of a football field.
At least I can still do cardio.
I can get my morning run in.
It's a big room.
Yes, why does a sound set need to be that big?
If it's that big, then they are definitely demolishing it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, if it's that big and it's starting to get demolished, you might be able to escape or not, instantly die.
Wait,
On
sound
the reverse
set.
side of that, they might have just used remote explosives instead.
It might. Actually, I'm thinking. Because they filmed it, so sound set. I was thinking like recording for like the sound itself. Maybe it's where they were actually doing the filming, so I guess that large of a room could be excused. Right, yeah. I was being stupid.
We're talking like professional football field or like high school football field? It's a real question.
Professional.
Probably high school.
Yeah, professional football field seems a bit too big, unless they're the same size.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
But
thinking,
yeah,
like,
if it was,
stadium included.
yeah, if they were actually like recording video on there, okay, yeah, size would make more sense because you need like, set room. Room to build sets. I went over to the storage room and broke the rusted lock off of the door. And after I had opened the door, the room turned out to be just a vault of props that were used in the show.
Okay, hear me out. What if this is just someone who's describing a walkthrough he had of a terrible indie horror game?
I mean, that would make sense, yeah.
About as much sense as the rest of this damn story. There was a mostly intact shelf to the right of the room, which held some reels of tape. After stealing them,
our hero,
I found a safe which had been partially melted into the floor. After some force, I managed to rip it off the floorboards and haul it to the car. After going into the storage room a third time, I heard what sounded like wood burning, so I checked the sound set to see what was going on. The entire back wall had been lit ablaze by some vandal. I quickly checked.
Well, you shouldn't have locked them in the room.
I quickly checked the storage room for any more artifacts, which it didn't have, and ran out of the building before the entirety of it started to burn up. Again.
It's on fire again.
If I burn through it the second time, I can escape.
Well, this is a good way to get my arson fix.
The fire I started up to keep myself warm got out of hand.
And I can't open up the door to push out all the smoke. Uh-oh.
Well, yes, this is how I die. Just uses the blaze to light a blunt and just starts smoking it.
He also brought weed. Good man. Great. Now the officers that come in are gonna get a contact high.
So you ever start drinking and then stop for a bit, but then have that moment where you start drinking again and it just hits your brain like, that's in my bloodstream now?
I haven't. Have you, Llytic?
Usually I just drink continuously. I don't typically take breaks. It's like I'll drink until I run out.
Huh. I must be crazy then. Anyways.
Well, no, I also have a terrible habit of chugging drinks. Like Tom can definitely attest to that.
Mm-hmm. I typically do that, but recently, now that I've been by myself, to be responsible, I've not done that. Because you've seen how quickly I can get myself drunk, right?
Yes.
That's smart, limiting yourself. Good job, Zane. You're doing good.
Clear that I had, I eventually just said, fuck it, I don't need to, because I was keeping it, and it's just like, I'll drink this eventually, but it's like, I shouldn't put myself in a position where I think I have to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just like, well, this is gone now.
Yeah.
I should have left it in the bottle so the raccoons could get drunk, because there's raccoons behind my, the raccoons raid the trash cans at my apartments at college.
That would...
Huh.
I mean, that might get them drunk, or might just give them alcohol poisoning, because it's Everclear.
Yeah. Well, it's the same way as you're not supposed to give stuff like cats alcohol because you're straight up just poisoning them. Alinity.
Yeah, no, I would never give any pet alcohol. That's like, I know it's gonna sound kind of bad, but this is probably the same as getting a child drunk. They don't know what's happening. They're just like, ooh, tasty drink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if either of you have heard about her, but fucking Alinity, she was that lady who got in trouble a while back. Her cat got onto her lap and she just fucking yeeted it. Which I don't care if it'll land on its feet. You don't just fucking yeet your cat.
I even looked up a thing about picking up your cat to make it trust you. You set that dude back on the ground. You're not even supposed to drop him.
Yeah, just because you can drop a cat doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, cats don't seem like the kind of animals that like to play the let me toss you game.
Oh no, that's a good way to mess up a cat just by throwing it. Not just
some dogs will play that with you, but not even dogs really like being thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and the whole thing is like, unlike cats, dogs are a lot less dexterous. We'll put it.
Yeah, but I'm picturing
Because I remember there was this one comedy skit, like I accidentally dropped a family member's dog because when I was holding it, I'm so used to having a cat, and so it's just like, oh shit, not a cat, not a cat. But yeah, like, it's the whole thing is like shit like that. But like one of the things that she's done on stream is basically like her drinking some vodka, and then like her cat like doing the whole thing of like drinking a little bit of it off of her lips. Like did that, and her cat just tasted it, immediately started freaking out. I was like, yeah, you shouldn't be giving your fucking cat alcohol.
I'll have to be very careful if I ever get a cat. I could just
I mean,
picture myself being drunk and then just being, you want cat, kiss this cat, and then,
They do make non-alcoholic cat wine.
I'm
not kidding.
But why?
Crazy cat
So
ladies.
if you're drinking alone, you can instead drink with your cat.
Crazy cat ladies.
But yeah, it's just like some like juice type thing that's supposed to be safe for cats. I mean, would you rather that your cat's trying to get into your glass?
No.
Well, no, but I don't drink, so that's not ever going to be a problem for me.
I'm just picturing Tom just like, I don't drink. That's not going to be a problem for me. Cut to the future. Tom's just like sitting there. He has a cat and he's not drinking alcohol, but he's just like sitting there thinking about this moment, and his cat just shoves his face in his cup.
Funnily enough, I have had a cat like drink out of my water glass. It's like, okay, cat, I'm glad you like water, but that's my water. You've got your own. It's you know what? Just drink it.
Khajiit has long face if you have ale. Whose fucking line is it?
I don't know.
I believe it's Zane's.
What's my line?
I seriously wonder.
I'm seriously wondering what my line is too.
Okay, it's right above August 1st, 2011.
I seriously wonder who the hell had done this. Is Forensic so dedicated to kill me that he would set an entire TV studio on fire to do so? Was it even him at all? But like,
no, it was a homeless man that you killed.
Why would he light somebody else's equipment on fire? Did you think he would bait you? You weren't. What?
Did you just bring in a pile of like logs?
Turns out he's a magical homeless person who can piss gasoline.
Well, he mentioned that it sounded like wood burning.
Hey, do you know what time it is, guys?
10:20.
It's time for this.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Did I load it? Oh. Fair enough.
Speaking of time, we've been going for about an hour, haven't we?
Maybe. I don't know. What time did we fucking start this?
It says 9:13, so
9:13. Okay.
My disrespectful teen son somehow got a hold of a gluten product, and now he wants to become a cat girl.
Who wants to become a cat girl?
My disrespectful son.
Oh. Well. This is some interesting bits of the lore.
Pudding brain time.
Yes, April 1st, 2011. After dealing with some personal things, I got around to breaking the lock of the safe. How did the safe...
I think he stole the entire safe.
How?
Let's
Those
see.
bitches heavy.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no, eat. Got it.
The
Okay, yep,
contents
he
were-
ripped... That was my line. He ripped the safe off the floorboards and hauled it to the car.
It was melted. What?
It's just before the fire.
He's got a
Yeah.
heavy-duty safe.
But it was still partially melted into the floor. What the fuck? The contents were one thing, and that was Happy Appy's puppet doing the death smile.
Wait a second. I think we're thinking about this all wrong. Our main character isn't some average Joe skinny bitch. We're talking about a straight-up muscle-bound bodybuilder worried about this shit. This is all gonna end with him beating the fuck out of Happy Appy, alright?
He's going to beat the puppet to death.
I'd be okay with that, honestly.
Just does a fucking people's elbow onto the puppet. Get out of my life!
Just...
Even though I really don't want to own him. That's a line that can be taken out of context. I'll keep the puppet in case it helps me find out more about the show's history. Tapes weren't anything special, they were just Happy Appy's earlier episodes with a higher quality than the DVDs. I think we'll do August 2nd, and then we'll call it quits.
Okay.
Sorry, I scrolled down and saw a picture. Oh, you saw it?
It's the man behind the slaughter.
Oh god, they got a picture of me on a bad day.
I'm pretty sure that's me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
that is me and the boys at 2 a.m. Hold on. I'm gonna make this my profile picture.
Are you putting it into the chat?
August 2nd, 2011. On closer examination, though, the
Oh my
Happy
god.
Puppet has a few anomalies. First off, the right hand was quite obviously...
No, shut up. Zane's talking.
Oh, crap. Sorry, I didn't...
Do you know
Sorry,
the
I'll
name
stop
of
reading
this-
my line.
So, I want you to look at that link. This picture is titled forensic.png. This is forensic.
Oh, okay.
Forensics up at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
I'm gonna burn down this building if I don't get my beads.
My beans give me superpowers,
Beans.
including but not limited to pyrokinesis.
But only
That
when I eat
shit, this
spicy chili bean.
suddenly turned into chew.
Choo choo, chugga chugga.
On closer examination, though, the Happy Appy puppet has a few anomalies. First off, the right hand was quite obviously reattached, which could suggest that someone accidentally ripped Happy's hand while trying to get him to hold something. One of his eyes was a darker blue than the baby blue his eyes normally were, and his leaf was broken off halfway. Finally, there was writing on the back of the puppet's head, but some of it had been smudged.
Owned by a librarian.
It's just a whole bunch of ellipses.
Didn't you know that's the librarian's language?
You just see like owned by, and then as you're like, owned by who? You just hear behind you.
It's owned
A
by
librarian. You forgot to return your DVDs.
Oh, that happy fellow already took care of him. He also didn't return in his library books or his DVDs.
That's why I had to take his eye.
Don't know how he got that new one though. Takes eye.
Clearly a prosthetic.
This one's mine too. And then just pockets it.
Oh my
skull.
god, just a bit. Like
The
you end up like she just takes your eye as repayment, and like you get a fake, like you get a glass eye to replace it, and she just takes that one.
No, this is permanent. You don't get to cover this up.
You try to put on an eye patch?
Steals
What
the
did
eye
I
patch.
say?
Steals eye patch.
But it might get infected if I leave it like this.
I never said you couldn't go to the hospital.
Hands back, real eye. It's like in an icebox.
I'm just about like you get like the whole thing. You get that like all cleaned up and shit like that, but you're not allowed to cover up the hole.
It also turns out that the tapes were like the Happy Appy puppet, different from what I had thought. For Happy's vacation and Hurt Happy, the scenes with missing frames had those frames back. However, what was more interesting was that the Hope poster that was in Happy's van was missing from those tapes. I guess that these tapes were actually in work print quality and not the finished product. If that's so, it doesn't explain why the tape that held Happy Goes to School had the beginning of the towers on it. Okay.
What towers?
The Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers.
I mentioned that earlier. Happy predicted 9/11.
That. I'm just gonna read my line and we're gonna end this, alright?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I can only guess the Towers was originally a normal episode in production, but some asshole edited it and ended up canceling the series.
Fucking hell. Alright, so that's where we're going to end this. Oop. Okay, there we go. Special thank you to Summerwood Soldier and Destiny Baird for supporting us on Patreon. If you like what we do and like to support us, consider going down to the link in the description and like setting yourself up for any of the tiers. Everything that the Patreon makes in the month of... Yeah, it's June. June's the month that this is going to be going to the Trevor Foundation. So, yeah,
See y'all next time.
Yep.
Who are you again?
See you later.